Another covert disclosures for you guys. The number five this time, sorry. But yeah, guys, finally the Gaijin in general is talking about the next update. So it's not properly a dev blog, but it's opening the season of news for the next update. So as you know, here they are made by the community managers. They are working directly with the developers, so they talk about with the developers what they're gonna say and stuff and what they are ready to show, etc. And they show a little bit on what they are working on right now and coming to the future. So many new features, many bug fixes, and yeah, some interesting things. Even some basically confirmations of a certain jet for the Navy of the US. But I'm probably gonna make a whole video about it. So let's start. We're gonna just do kind of a review of everything, that basically in a way that you don't if you don't want to read everything, you can watch the video. Okay, so the first thing is that upcoming in the next major update, okay, inventory item recycling. So basically they are going to make a way of you recycling items, so you can change what the item is, and basically, you know, use stuff that you never use. For example, lately the Wagers, for example, for me, I never use them, so I will probably recycle them. So that's pretty cool, right? They are working on more things for the profile, like showcases, right? So the vehicle collector, for example, here showing many vehicles up to 3, right? Particularly this one I love, with 2 Sukhois, very cool. But you will be able to choose 1 to 3 aircraft that you can show there. The Ace of Spades, for example, basically showing how many spaded aircraft or vehicles you have in the game, medals, stuff like that, that you can showcase basically in your player profile. So they are improving that. This is a kind of a very interesting one, and you will see that most of these are quality of life stuff, okay? But yeah, new shell stat card design. So now the stat cards of shells will be better. So as you can see, a lot better. It makes a lot more sense, and the important information is right on your face, you know. It's just easier to look for information. It's easy to just look for it. So for example, here, muzzle velocity, penetration at 100 meters, TNT equivalent. Important information. Then, oh, I can see the caliber. I can see other things here. You know, down here you have the penetration table. You have the amount of ammunition. You have etc., right? So it's just a little bit better, I must say. I think it makes more sense, and it cleans it up a little bit. And then we talk about my favorite addition of quality of life that are gonna do here is that they actually, I mean, I don't know, people will not like it. Honestly, I like it. So yeah, maybe it's not for you, but the UAVs are in the game. So if they are going to be in the game, I think they needed to be improved how they use with the tanks, right? So how they're doing that is basically showing a picture-in-picture kind of situation. So basically you're gonna be able to choose between the minimap and be able to like have a mini camera of the UAV there when you are driving the tank. So now you're not gonna be just in like completely static with your vehicle, and it is going to help the UAV be a little bit more useful. And I just thought it was annoying the way that it works right now. You have to leave literally your vehicle, and now you can basically just drive around, locate a place for the UAV, of course, and have a camera on a place, and then you can have this image there doing reconnaissance for you. So I really think it's a good addition. UAVs are in the game, they are part of the battlefield, even in modern day, right? So it makes sense that they are being improved in this quality of life change, okay? They are improving the minimap buttons, so now it's going to be these 3. So instead of the buttons that you have to click and then change, Now it's going to be each of the mouse buttons doing one thing, which is pretty good. The MFDs of certain aircraft will be improved and basically they're getting more realistic in the example of the stealth, the Rafale over here, for example. So very, very cool. They are working on more map graphical reworks. So they did the Abandoned Factory one in one of the last patches that we had. Now they are working on Rhine, Jungle, and Sinai, which is pretty cool. They are adding a message and a reward for intercepting missiles and bombs before they impact the ground. And vehicle hint, yes, F-18. We know a great many of you will be eager to get your hands on it and leave your opponents with a real stinging sensation. So I think that's pretty clear. It is the Hornet. It's the F-18 Hornet. They're pretty much confirming again over here. This is being teased for a very long time, but they're teasing it again, so that's cool. Module and vehicle repair being lost. Basically, this is one of the most annoying bugs that were ever a thing in War Thunder. Basically, if you got out of a match before it was over and then got into a next one, sometimes it would create a bug where you lost the RP, especially for modifications. And apparently they are fixing it. So finally, this is a big bug that was so annoying. Finally getting fixed. Incoming events, they give basically a clue or two clues of the next event vehicles, a ship and then a ground vehicle. The first one, a ship, it is basically the namesake of a place quite close to our German offices, which I think they're in Cologne, if I'm not mistaken. I have to check, but still. So I don't know if you know this, let me know in the comments. And the ground vehicle will be based on a vehicle that we already have in the game with a completely different weapon system. So let's see what it is. And the last thing that Oxy talks about it here is basically that the monthly decals are getting back. We already know that, right? Of course. But yeah, this is one of my favorite little events that we have in War Thunder. These decals, you can play with certain aircraft and get realistic decals and stuff. So it is very cool. I think it adds for the realism. Yeah, it's for the customization options, and it's just a tiny little thing. The only work that I really have here is to actually find these decals and introduce them into the game, you know, the art, but so realistic ones. But so it's not a very big thing, I don't think, for them to do. And at the same time, it's very engaging. So yeah, very cool. As you see, most of the stuff is quality of life stuff. Nothing too major, nothing too big, apart from maybe the F-18 and some bug fixes there. But yeah, basically this is it, okay? I will leave it in the description, the link, of course, for you to check it out. But this was kind of a quick review out of these covert disclosures, okay? So I see you guys on the next one. Make sure to subscribe, leave a like, leave a comment, and bye guys, see ya. By the way, just one thing that I forgot to mention over here is I think you can choose, if I'm not mistaken, you can choose, for example, you're gonna have to use, I don't know, 2 maybe or something like that, like Wagers to create 1 booster, for example. So it's gonna be kind of a little bit like it is going to use everything that you're not gonna use, so it's kind of a double kind of situation of the recycling, but at least you are doing something with the stuff that you don't use, okay? Just one thing. See ya. Bye.